All right, Tyrann, you hear us okay?
Yeah.
All right, we'll kick it off with Sam McDowell. Good, Sam.
Hey, Tyrann, what's up, man?
Hey.
You guys have played 6 extra games over the past couple of years when you look at the last 2 playoff seasons. It's a lot of extra work, obviously. Do you do extra stuff in the offseason to account for that? And then you've got the extra game this year. I mean, it could potentially be 20 games. I mean, how do you prepare your body for this, and how do you think your body's held up because of that stuff?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's a blessing, to be able to work another week or, get another week's paycheck. You know what I mean? So, but you just have to be conscious of it. You got to put your body in the right situation. Obviously, it's a lot of different things that you can do. But I think one of the most important things is, just drinking water and then resting, when you can. So, but it's been a blessing, man, to play as many games as we played. But obviously, you have to stay on top of your body a bit more. I think for me, I think my body has been feeling really well, especially the last couple of seasons going into the playoffs. I think our staff here do a great job of kind of, us not peaking too early, in the week and allowing us to get to the games, with some fresh legs. So I think it's mostly been a blessing, to be able to do it.
Let's go next to Harold Kuntz. Go ahead, Harold.
Hey, Tyrann. When
Hey.
you play a team like the 36-10, like you did Pittsburgh, are you seeing anything different that they did in the last 2 games that gives you a little extra things they need to prepare for that they know that they could do, and any new wrinkles that are presented to them that come out on Sunday night?
Yeah, I think, obviously a couple of weeks ago, the game didn't go, the way that they wanted it to. I think as a team, we were able to kind of, get off to a fast start. I don't think we're necessarily expecting it to be that kind of ball game. Just watching these guys the last couple of weeks, even before we played them, a couple of weeks ago, this was a big 4-quarter team, second half team, So for us, I think coming into this game, we understand it's going to be a 4-quarter game, possibly more. And then, you're dealing with a quarterback that has really all the experience in the world. He's won 2 championships. He's been to the playoff a bunch. And then he has some great talent around him as well. So, we got our work cut out for us. I think for us, it's all about, how we start the game and then how we finish, Sunday.
Let's go next to Vahe. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Tyrann. Brad, I'll have one follow-up too. Tyrann, just when you think about what Melvin Ingram has done for the defense, what comes to mind about his overall presence and his even his tangible contributions on the field?
Yeah, I mean, he just has a knack for, really understanding, blocking schemes and what, offensive lines want to do, what coordinators want to do. And it kind of helps him anticipate, what's coming, and I think anytime you have guys on the field that can, really use their instincts to the defense advantage. I think it always, is beneficial to the rest of us, on the team. And, he's a great leader. He's a great communicator as well, especially in the classroom, with coaches. And so he's a guy that we feed off, not just on the field, but off the field in the classroom as well. So he's been big for us.
And just when you speak to that point, I mean, we don't get in the locker room anymore, but I know you're big on the culture. What ways do you think he's had an impact in there? I mean, is he the kind of guy that fit right in and even gave some energy in there?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Listen, he's a guy that really embraces everybody, offensive guys, defensive guys. It doesn't matter. He's talking to everybody. He's sitting at the table. He's been in this business a while. I think he understands, the importance of, meshing with your team, meshing with your teammates, building that chemistry, off the field with your teammates, because we know how much success, we can have, once it translates, to the field.
We've got 4 more. We'll go right down the line, starting with Lindsey Jones. Go ahead, Lindsey.
Hey, Tyrann.
Hey.
Taking a kind of a bigger look at kind of what you guys have been through this season, how much did it bother you that first half of the season that people were maybe saying that there was something broken with the Chiefs or that people had figured it out? Did you guys talk about in the locker room, and did that just piss you off, I guess?
I mean, yeah, I think it obviously bothered me. As part of playing in this league, that's part of the growing pains. I think as a team, it wasn't something that we talked about. I think we kind of knew all along, who we are and what we were capable of, and it's all a matter of, executing, taking the field with the right attitude. And so the last couple of months, we've been able to do that. And I think people have really been able to see, who we are and then what kind of team we are.
Next, Steve Walls. Go ahead, Steve.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Steve.
I'm sorry. What's up, Tyrann? How are you doing?
What's up? Doing good.
Not much, man. Hey, you guys are favored on Sunday, but I get the vibe from you that you like to embrace the underdog role. Am I correct in saying that? And if you could give your thoughts on being the favorite as opposed to being the dog.
Yeah, I think, obviously, anytime you're an underdog, you feel like you have more to fight for, you feel like the world is against you. I mean, this is playoff football. It doesn't matter if you're the underdog, the top dog. You got to find a way to take the field and win the game. That's really what this is all about. Trying our best to just win one game at a time, not get too far ahead of ourselves, just focus on the opponent that's in front of us. And I think for the most part this week, we've been able to do that. I think our coaches, have really been able to help us just focus on today, and not tomorrow.
Next, Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Tyrann, you talked a minute ago about the last Steelers game and how maybe that game went away that you guys really weren't expecting before it started. But it's human nature. You just beat that team pretty easily a few weeks ago. So how do you keep that edge going into this game? I mean, you've been faced with this kind of thing before. You played the Raiders twice recently. Yeah. But how do you keep that edge going into this game?
Yeah, I mean, it's always something that you could work on, something that you could get better at. I think obviously, if you watched us play, defense the last couple of weeks, it probably hasn't been our best, outing. So we have that motivation, going into this game. And, we can't necessarily hang our hats on anything, we've done in the past. I think it's all about, creating that new future, that new reality. And, this is a great opportunity, for us to play against a team that we've played before. They know us, we know them. And I think it's just going to come down to really effort, communication. And, I think defensively, how well we tackle, Sunday night. I think that's going to be, the most important thing. So just all about showing up with the right attitude, but you can't necessarily hang your hat on, anything you've done or they've done to you, in the past.
And we'll go last to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Tyrann, the other thing I wanted to ask about was Big Ben gets rid of the ball more quickly than any quarterback in the league by a pretty wide margin. You guys have been really good as a defense against quarterbacks that get rid of the ball quickly. What has to go right in the back end in that scenario?
Well, I think mostly it comes down to really, angles to the completion point. And they have some good, wide receivers, obviously Najee Harris and, him, having some of the most catches out of the backfield, for a running back as a rookie. So it's going to be a great challenge for us to get out of our, stacks or get out of our positions and not assume that, anybody else is going to make the tackle, make the play. I think it's going to have to be a commitment, especially from us, in the back end to really get to the ball and really tackle them, before those guys, get to the first down marker. That's one of the things that they like to do on third down as well, give it to those guys and let those guys run, for 6-7 yards. So it'll be a great challenge for us. I'm looking forward to seeing, how we react to it.
Tyrann, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, guys, that's it for today. Give me a second.